Are you prepared for the unexpected? A sudden job loss, a medical emergency, or a car repair can turn your life upside down. But what if you had a safety net to fall back on? In this video, we'll explore the importance of building an emergency fund and provide you with practical tips to get started. Imagine receiving an unexpected bill or losing your job without warning. The thought of it can be overwhelming, but having an emergency fund can provide peace of mind and financial stability. So, what is an emergency fund, and how can you start building one? In this video, we'll answer these questions and more. So, let's dive in. Building an emergency fund is a crucial step in achieving financial stability. It's a reserve of money set aside to cover unexpected expenses, such as car repairs, medical bills, or losing your job. Without an emergency fund, you may be forced to rely on high-interest credit cards or loans, which can lead to a debt spiral. But with an emergency fund, you'll have the financial cushion to absorb these shocks and avoid going into debt. In today's uncertain economy, having an emergency fund is more important than ever. According to a recent survey, many Americans are unable to pay for an unexpected $400 expense. This highlights the need for a safety net to fall back on in times of financial uncertainty. To get started, it's essential to understand the importance of an emergency fund and how it can benefit your financial well-being. In the next part of this video, we'll explore practical tips for building your emergency fund, including how to start small and make progress towards your goal. Now that we've discussed the importance of having an emergency fund, it's time to assess your current financial situation. This will help you understand where you stand and create a plan to build your emergency fund. First, review your progress toward any other savings goals you may have, such as a college savings fund, a new car fund, or a vacation fund. If you've had to dip into your emergency fund recently, aim to replace that money as quickly as possible. Also, check the interest rates on your savings accounts to ensure you're earning a reasonable return. You might want to consider high-yield savings accounts or other options that can help your money grow. Next, take a closer look at your income and expenses. Make a list of all your monthly income and expenses, including fixed expenses like rent or mortgage, utilities, and groceries, as well as variable expenses like entertainment and hobbies. This will help you understand where your money is going and identify areas where you can cut back and allocate more funds towards your emergency fund. Another important step is to identify any cash flow problems you may be experiencing. Are you struggling to pay bills on time? Are you relying on credit cards or loans to cover expenses? By understanding the causes of cash flow problems, you can develop strategies to address them and free up more money for your emergency fund. Finally, think about your financial priorities. What are your short-term and long-term financial goals? Are you trying to pay off debt, save for a big purchase, or build wealth over time? By understanding your financial priorities, you can create a plan that aligns with your goals and helps you build a stable financial foundation. Now that we've assessed our finances, it's time to create a savings habit. This is a crucial step in building an emergency fund, as it helps you develop a consistent approach to saving money. One effective strategy is to set a specific goal for your savings. This could be a certain amount, such as $1,000, or a specific time frame, such as 3 months. Having a clear goal in mind will help you stay motivated and focused on your savings. Next, create a system for making consistent contributions to your emergency fund. This could be a monthly transfer from your checking account, a weekly deposit from your paycheck, or even a daily savings habit. The key is to make saving a habit, so choose a frequency that works for you and stick to it. Regularly monitoring your progress is also essential. Set up automatic notifications or reminders to check your account balance, or keep a running total of your contributions. Seeing your progress can be a great motivator and help you stay on track. Finally, don't forget to celebrate your successes. If you've reached a milestone or achieved a savings goal, take time to recognize your accomplishment. This could be as simple as treating yourself to a favorite meal or activity, or setting a new goal to work towards. By acknowledging your progress, you'll stay motivated and encouraged to continue building your emergency fund. Now that we've discussed creating a savings habit, it's essential to manage your emergency fund effectively. This means understanding how to use your emergency fund, when to replenish it, and how to avoid dipping into it unnecessarily. First, define what constitutes an emergency. Is it a car repair, a medical bill, or a sudden loss of income? By understanding what qualifies as an emergency, you can avoid using your emergency fund for non-essential expenses. Next, establish a system for tracking your emergency fund balance. This could be a spreadsheet, a budgeting app, or even a simple notebook. Regularly monitoring your balance will help you stay on top of your savings and make adjustments as needed. When you do need to use your emergency fund, make sure to replenish it as quickly as possible. This might mean adjusting your budget, cutting back on discretionary spending, or finding ways to increase your income. Remember, your emergency fund is a safety net, and it's essential to keep it intact. Finally, avoid using your emergency fund for non-essential expenses. It can be tempting to use your emergency fund for a vacation or a big purchase, but this can undermine your financial stability. Instead, focus on building a separate savings fund for discretionary expenses and keep your emergency fund reserved for true emergencies. Congratulations on making it this far. By now, you've assessed your finances, created a savings habit, and started building your emergency fund. But the journey doesn't end here. To achieve long-term financial stability, it's essential to maintain momentum and keep pushing forward. First, set smaller, achievable goals for yourself. Instead of aiming for a large, overwhelming target, break it down into smaller, manageable chunks. This will help you stay motivated and encouraged as you make progress towards your goals. Next, start small and be consistent. Begin with a manageable contribution amount and frequency, and gradually increase it over time. Remember, the key is to make saving a habit, so find a rhythm that works for you and stick to it. It's also essential to avoid oversaving. While building an emergency fund is crucial, it's equally important to prioritize other financial goals, such as retirement savings or paying off high-interest debt. Find a balance that works for you and your financial situation. Finally, celebrate your successes and keep moving forward. Building an emergency fund takes time and discipline, but the sense of security and peace of mind it provides is well worth the effort. By maintaining momentum and staying focused on your long-term goals, you'll be well on your way to achieving financial stability and security. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and educational content on personal finance and money management. See you in the next video.